welcome back to Disrupting Diabetes. I'm here with my lovely better half, Renelle, and this video is about, since I've been diagnosed with 8 months ago, we just wanted to talk about things that have changed in our lives, a few health hacks that we've started to do. And the first one, you're probably wondering why I've got our Aperol Spritz kits. This is just to highlight, I was drinking way more than I should have, and it was actually, these were on order to arrive. It was probably, I think, 2 days after I was diagnosed, so we never got to drink them, but this just highlights how much I love these. I love beer, wine, so...
I guess what Luke is trying to say is, if you're watching these videos, you think, oh, I don't want to do that, I don't want to not drink, that's part of our life, that's part of our social life. That used to be us.
Yeah.
Like, that was pretty much what we would do for entertainment, but now and we're not saying that we don't drink.
No, well, I must say I'm only human, and disclaimer, like, I didn't touch a drop for the first 4 months, and then I started to introduce a bit of red wine. I was probably having maybe 2 glasses of wine once we went out for a meal, and that was probably every 2 or 3 weeks. But in that period, we went to Brisbane for a long weekend with a friend or friends, and I overindulged there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, paid for that heavily. Another day.
Remember, we woke up that next morning and we feel like we'd been poisoned.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
That was a period of time where we'd both gone with really no drinking and very, very clean eating, and it was something that I still remember going, I don't even know if, we didn't even want to go meet up with our friends for lunch, really, because we were just like,
you definitely, if you're not a seasoned drinker, you know when you have.
And everywhere we went, there was just nothing that we wanted to eat. We're becoming less and less wanting to eat out, even though we love eating out, because we don't enjoy it like we do from cooking at home, really.
So anyway, we're going to show you a few of our, I suppose we call them health hacks, or just things that we do in our life that helps me definitely with my health, and Renelle's jumping on board.
Well. Yeah, because at the beginning it is really hard, and I would say if anyone's, especially if someone wants to change something for their health, not necessarily for weight loss only, but being committed, getting a support person, whether it's your partner or somebody else, makes it a lot easier, because it can be quite isolating when you're trying to do this, and we get a lot of people, are you having a drink? Why don't you have a drink? It's so irritating, and I think people need to stop asking people that if they're not drinking, but it's if we can do it, if we can change the way that we live our life, I think most people can, don't you think?
Yeah, sure. Anyway, we'll continue on the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video, and we're getting a lot of people asking us a few questions, and also give us a message if you want some free Aperol Spritz. So I hope you enjoy the video. I try and walk most afternoons, but I probably average, 4 to 5 times a week at least, and I walk the same track. Why, I don't know. It's just, it's out here in the bush, and I find it very therapeutic. I usually have a podcast going. If not, without the podcast, I just walk and do a lot of thinking, and I quite enjoy it. Another reason too I do it is obviously just to maintain my fitness. I don't do any sort of running. I don't see the point of any of running. Couple of reasons for that is injuries, very scared of injuries, and running 5Ks, which is this walk, is obviously I'm 53 years of age, and running on roads is, I can't see the benefit of it. I cannot see what I'll get out of that, and I just don't see the benefit of sustained cardio for like a 5-kilometre run. I think walking's sufficient for me, and my body shape showing that, especially with what we're eating now. We're just eating basically high fat, protein, very, very minimal carbs, and eating to satiety, and that looks after itself really. yeah, so there's no reason to try and burn off fat or anything like that with cardio. I'm only doing mainly, well, the only cardio I do, which I should do in another video, is I'll do like maybe a 5-minute cardio session, which is as high as intensity as I can get, and I'll only do one of them a week. But I feel just this walk's enough for me. If I can get at least 5 of them in a week, that's sufficient, all I need. Also, sometimes I'll stop and, depending on how I'm feeling, but every second one I might change it up a little bit, and I'll do a bit of say stop and do some planks for a minute or so, and maybe some push-ups. But other than that, yeah, this is feel like exercise wise I don't need to do much more than this.
So I just finished my first jiu-jitsu class. I came for 5 weeks or 5 or 6 weeks for a self-defense class that they had here, and I just thought, you know, I want to do more movement that doesn't, you know, require me to think too much about it, you know, more instructional type of stuff, and also using my brain as well. So had a really good time. And yeah, I was very lucky to be able to, one of the girls that I did it with, that did the self-defense with, she was there as well. So I'm going to come back again. I didn't think at 47 I'd be doing jiu-jitsu, but yeah, gives me something to do in terms of, yeah, using your body and your mind together.
Another health hack that I've started this year is I sauna regularly most nights, and I do it probably an hour before I get to bed. This is a tempura. It's a infrared sauna, 62 degrees, and I'll set it for about 35 minutes. They only get up to 64. They don't get as hot as the steam ones. And the reason I do this, I mean, there's a lot of benefits to them, but I find that it really helps me sleep. I do that probably an hour before I go to bed, and I'll get out, have a bit of a ground, and then I'll have some magnesium, a bit of water, rehydrate, have a shower, go to bed, and I usually have a great night's sleep. So I'll jump in here and I'll see you when I get back out. Okay, so all done there, 35 minutes at around the 60 degrees, get a good sweat up. What I do now is I go and do grounding. And for those that aren't familiar with grounding, it's basically, there's a lot of research being done on it. I stand out here just putting your bare feet on the ground. Some will go, oh, a bit woo-woo, a bit out of control, and I probably would have thought the same a year ago, but there is a lot of benefits, especially with inflammation and pain, chronic pain. So I'll stand out here for 10 minutes at least, get a bit of water back into me. Probably should be out here more, but I try and do a bit more of it through the day and whatever, whenever you get a chance, go to the beach. But yeah, go from here, shower, and then to bed. So because we're eating so much meat, I like to cook it various ways. One way I do like, when I get a lot of time or enough time, is I like to cook it over the open flame with a bit of just wood that I collect around the house and a bit of charcoal. And one of the cuts I like is this. We're buying it locally from our butcher. It's a beef rump cap. This one's not as fatty as I usually get. You usually got a big, lot more coverage of fat. And I like it this cut of meat because I can cut it as thick as I want it. And we like them nice and thick, and we just cook them, then we'll cut them to size as we're serving. So I cut a good thickness. Tonight I think we're feeding 4 of us. This is, I think it's about $20 a kilo. Usually they've got a bit more coverage of fat, but you can see the fat layer. I'll cut 3 of these, which will be plenty. And what I do, it's probably about an hour away from cooking. I'll salt these up pretty liberally. I love salt. And salt won't hurt you, from what the research I've done. Your kidneys will filter out any salt it doesn't need. So I'll give them a good salting. And I've also got this, it's a ground black pepper. I'll throw that on too. This is good also. I do this with every way I cook. The other way I cook is in a skillet with butter and sear it off. So I'll leave them for about an hour, and then they'll go on to once the fire's nice and hot and glowing, I'll put them on. Righto, steaks are ready to go on. They've been, got them up to probably room temperature, it's been sitting there for an hour. I've put I love these, pork and fennel sausages, and these ones are the same, but they've got a bit of chilli in them. Plenty of meat here for us, but now I've got something to go to if I need to through tomorrow for a snack or whatever. So, like the fire nice and hot, bit of flame that we want, straight on. And we'll let them sear and turn them over and rest them after that. So as you can see, I love my meat, and especially beef. I think it's my favourite for sure. You'll see that's a lot of meat, but there is more people eating. I have my eggs, and like I said, the sausages. What we don't eat tonight, I'll be saving for work for lunch. I have this little bit of chili parsley sauce, which we've done in previous videos, and I'll add some cheese if I want it. This is all the way from Italy, actually. Hello, Philo. Parmigiano Reggiano. He brought it out. A friend of mine come from Italy and brought it especially out for us. So, yeah, this is mainly what we're eating at the moment. We're eating a lot of meat, a lot of eggs, basically, animal-based food. So, buon appetito.
Hey everyone, so today I'm going to talk about just a couple of things that we make that are really quick and really cheap. I really like to be quite frugal with stuff. So as you know, I work from home, so I do try and use the time even before I start work to prep stuff, especially when Luca works long days. So today I'm making, my son and his girlfriend are coming over for dinner, so we'll have chicken, but we'll probably also have steaks, where Luca and I are kind of just doing steak these days, but make a chicken as well. So this chicken is just a regular chicken, hormone free, that I bought. I think I bought it from Aldi. It's like $7 or something. Yes, I know you can buy a barbecue chicken for like, I don't know, $10, whatever. But I do think that, especially people that have allergies and are trying to stick to quite very strict no carbs and additives and stuff, I think this is a good way of knowing what's in your chicken. So this is a Duca butter chicken. This is just a regular crock pot, like it's pretty large because I'm going to put the whole chook in there. And you could literally do this even if you didn't work from home. You could do this, pop it in, because it's about an 8-hour type of thing. I'll check it through the day only because it's just like a habit thing and I'll come out and walk past it, but you literally won't need to. I cut the skin with my kitchen scissors. I got the way of cooking this recipe from a lady that I knew, and she was like, you know, in the Country Women's Association. And I think she was probably doing keto, but not calling it that, because she was, you know, not having a lot of carbs, making everything from scratch. So I just get butter, any type of butter, just make sure it's real butter. This one is like a French butter. You buy it from Costco. It tastes amazing, but you can, whatever butter you can afford. And I just pop the bits of butter actually under the skin because it tastes delicious. And like I said, you know what's in it. Tastes good even if cooked. Sometimes I just cook one of these just for, you know, leftovers and just snacks and stuff, just if you want to have a bit of protein. So yeah, literally just put in the bits of butter under the skin. And then I'm also, this is just a dukkha that I bought, just tells you what the ingredients are. In this one, it's cashew nuts, sesame seeds, cumin seeds, coriander seeds. I do normally make it and just pop it in the Thermomix and whip it up, but my Thermomix hadn't been working, but I've got a new one, so that's cool. And I literally just do that same thing, put some of the dukkha in there. And I know it's a little bit time consuming, but it tastes great. Like gives it a really good flavor. And just put some of that in there. I might put a little bit more butter in there. But so literally, like I said, just pop it under the skin. And the really tricky thing, and it's weird because you think, oh, is this going to work? So, but it does. The first time I did it, I was like, that's going to burn. You literally, and then just kind of like rub that all in. You don't put anything in the slow cooker. Like you literally just put the chicken in there. And this is the trick that the lady told me, and it's like a Country Women's Association trick, I think. And I always think, how do they come up with those, you know, those little weird tricks that they have to do something? Which I'll get a fresh tea towel for that. But get a clean tea towel. And you put this over the top here. You put that on top. And I always just put it on high. If you're going to put it on low, you probably want to do it for like 12 hours maybe. But I want this to be ready at 5-ish. We're gonna sort of have dinner. Do that like, put that on top. That actually makes it so there's not too much steam and like water dripping on it. And when she told me that on my ear, I don't know about that. That won't work for me. But I did it, and literally, I'll come back and I'll video it for you maybe in 4 hours so you can see. You don't need to, you can just literally leave it for the 8 hours and just not worry about it, and then I'll show you at the end. So we come back into the crock pot, and you can see here the dukkha butter chicken has just all melted away. I'll just take the bigger, like the bones and stuff out of it, and put it in a container.
So Saturday morning I'm off to the gym. I go fairly regularly on a Saturday only because I don't have to work. I'm trying to get to the gym probably for another 2 other sessions through the week, and it's a bit hard because I'm working, but that's all I need to. 3 sessions for me in the gym's fine. And each session's probably only 45 minutes. And what I'll do is I'll start with some sort of warm-up. From there, I'll go into some body weights, mainly just a circuit, like to try and work as much as I can do in that 45 minutes. So, you know, I'll do some body weights as in push-ups, some pull-ups, and then I'll go on to some sort of free weight. And what I'm trying to do with them is I'll get it to a weight where I can do probably 7-8 reps maximum, and I'll do only like 2 to 3 sets of those, and I find that's all I need. For me, yeah, that's basically what I'm doing resistance wise. The other thing I'll do is once a week, I try and get on, well, I was doing it on a walker. I was actually sprinting, but I've injured my leg, so I can't do it. So I was doing a sprint that's where I could sprint as hard as I could, and then I'd rest and then go again, probably rest and recover, I suppose. So I was resting for maybe 2-3 minutes and then sprint as hard as I can. But now what I'm doing, because of the leg, I'm basically doing the same thing on a rower. So it's just as high as intensity as I can go, get my heart rate right up. And I'm probably doing that I might go for a minute to be a minute and a half at most, and then totally buggered and rest for maybe 2-3 minutes so I'm ready to go again, and just repeat that. And I'll only do maybe 3 of those, and that's the session done for me. So that's what I'm doing in the gym. I don't see the point of gymming every day, don't need it. It's just purely, well, building muscle or keeping enough muscle on myself that helps in just general health. So I'm drinking at the moment water. This is all I drink, water and coffee. And what I do is, if I don't have a black coffee, and I will not add sugar to the coffee obviously, for blood sugars. If I want a white coffee, which I sometimes do, I'll use thickened cream. Reason for that, coffee, milk actually has lactose, which is, put that into your body, and that basically converts to sugar. So yeah, have an occasional glass of red wine also, but basically that's all I'm drinking. And I'll have probably 2 coffees, 3 coffees at the most for the day, and just drink whenever I'm thirsty. I drink.